unfettered, direct connection to the outside world, opening a new horizon for dialect, self-expression, and dissident voices. The internet is a medium for empowerment that bypasses traditionally imposed gender identity and roles and image of subordination. So these are, I think, I tried until here to give a big picture of internet, and I wanted to show why blog is very important to self-presentation and how it makes a good platform for women to construct and reconstruct their own identity. I want to give an example. In Iran, Shahla Jahed was an Iranian woman who has sentenced to this in June 2004 for murdering Laleh Saharkhizan, the wife of her boyfriend, under temporary marriage is accepted in Iran, on October 9, 2002. Jahed had been living with Iranian footballer Nasser Mohammedkhani, becoming his mistress in a temporary marriage that is allowed under Iranian law. It's only allowed under Iranian law. It's not accepted by Urf or by people culture. It's accepted by religion, in fact. She was jailed more than 8 years ago and finally executed in December 2010. After a short time of Shahla's execution, the Iranian blogosphere became full of bloggers' opinions about the issue, and in a while, many of readers wrote their comments too. It was a very critical matter and rapidly provoked positive and negative reactions among readers and bloggers. I selected randomly 10 female blogs through 30 blogs, which I read their views on the issue in December of 2010. All bloggers are educated and the collected blogs are personal, Persian language and text-based. For author, here only the collective action of bloggers and readers to the issue is very important. I don't pay attention to other dimension of their writing. Bloggers wrote their thoughts and interpretation in their blogs and published in the blogosphere. Immediately, many of their readers responded to them in the comment section. I read more than 500 comments from readers in responses to 6 bloggers writing, where is the others? 4 were closed their comments section. Some of them criticized the execution of Shahla through critique of culture, violence in society, revenge, the man, Nasser, love, judge system, and patriarchal system. Some showed a lot of sympathy for her as a victim of patriarchal system. Briefly, circulation of information between the bloggers and readers constructs a proper environment for women to diffuse their own idea, to be conscious of their status in the society, to recognize their limitations and potentials, and to know their common interest. In fact, that example I want to only show to you how one issue, especially is related to women or human rights issue, can provoke bloggers' reactions, especially women bloggers' reaction. And in conclusion, I want to say, whereas women do not present themselves identity in public sphere because of dominance of patriarchy hegemony, they discovered internet as a new sphere for presentation, self-expression, and redefinition or reconstruction identity. Cyberspace is a medium for them to overcome an hegemony of patriarchy, only in cyberspace, not in real world. It is a space to be almost free from this hegemony. It's not completely free, and break the pervasive patriarchal restriction. Blogging does mean for women to be conscious of their condition in social, political, economical arenas, share their own ideas, and diffuse, among others. Blogging makes or gives awareness to women of their status in the society and become united. By the new raised self-consciousness, they are constructed new identity of women. Through this consciousness-oriented construction, the new concept of women's identity brings itself forward. And finally, blogosphere also provides appropriate setting to construct a virtual network among the bloggers. It is a feature that put together female bloggers, and it is a ground for women to find each other, to discuss about women issues and other matters, to communicate with each other and other people, to exchange their point of views and to share their life experience. It's all, and I'm looking forward to hear your comments, your questions, and so on. Thank you.
Thank you for interesting presentation. So we have 5 minutes left for the questions. Any questions from the floor? Please raise your hand so that I can see. Yeah, number 1. Okay. Yeah. So let's give him my.
Before my question, just congratulations to you to look into very new aspect of this blogging and that also from the Marxist point of view. I am a Marxist, so I'm more happy there. Yes. The other thing, in your initial slides, you showed the 3 things which are affecting their life: the Islamic law and the Urf and all these things.
Sharia, Urf.
Yes. Because as I know, before the Islamic Revolution 1979, there was Shah, and at that time the modernization and all these things were very. So I don't know how they went back to the Islamic law, and then again how these 3 things dictate their life. Because at that time it was only the modernization, all these things affect their life. The second thing, nowadays in that the religious, the extremist, whatever the political party is ruling there, how they cope up the challenges of writing blog, because every day we see this all the internet, the facilities, they jam the things, they ban on these things, especially after the elections, recent elections in Iran. So how they do, they are successful to maintain and continue their thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your questions. As you see, after revolution. 1979, the women situation is not completely. I think it's considerably changed, and because the religions or clerics comes to power and they try to conduct Islamic, or in fact their interpretation of Islamic rules in Iran. So they conducted their own ideas and they imposed to women. Also, they tried to ban women to presence in public sphere. So, in one hand, yes, they suppressed women and they pushed the women from public sphere to their private sphere. But I think they also opened a very limited space for traditional women, because traditional women have religious beliefs, and when religious leaders come to power, they opened a new space for them to come to society, because in new society was Islamic society, so they could come to public sphere. But especially during wartime between Iran and Iraq, and especially in these years after elections, they suppressed women. But I think Iranian women, they are trying to find their own way, and if you know, they are completely different from maybe some neighboring countries. They are trying to show their own identity. So most of them are educated, especially new generation, and they are trying to find a medium for self-representation. So blogs, I think, is a very important medium for them to bypass this traditional and sometimes regional, not regional, imposes ethics and beliefs. And for your second question, every time Iranian people, especially young people, they are trying to find a new way for bypass the limitation. even especially in these days, in these years, they blocked most of human rights activists' blogs, and among them some of female blogs. They are trying to find new way. They have launched a new blogs, weblogs. They try to use, for example, another domain. For example, BlogFA and Persian blog is Iranian and is under control of government. But WordPress and Blogspot, I think, is not related to government. So every time they are trying to find a way. You know, the situation is not fixed for them. And I think in these 10 years, they educated how to bypass the barriers, and find a new way for themselves.
Any more questions? Okay, you first, and then you.
Something. I just want to ask you that how can you, how the way you select the blog, is it that blog from your domestic Iranian, or it's outside?
No, domestic Iranian.
Domestic.
Yes. There are many bloggers who migrate from Iran, especially after elections events. But I only choose the bloggers from Iran. Yeah.
You can identify that.
Yes.
And how about the comment? Is the comment?
Yeah, I choose from them because more than 500, 556. I choose from
because if you select normally, it's very different. Rules and atmosphere is very different.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions? No? Because the time is up. But these interesting questions and his answer you asked about the kind of methodology to retrieve the information, the documents from the blogs, and the comments important. If you look carefully, you can have a thinking from that. Okay. But anyhow, the time is up, and I have something to announce. The tea breaks will be okay, waiting for you outside in the hall, in front of the room, the conference room, and we will be back again on the same time. That means 10:30 for the second half of the first in the morning session. Okay, and we are asking for the presenter. Okay, so we still have enough time. I mean, okay, so could you